Joshua chapter 10 verse 12 to 15. Then Joshua spoke to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel. And he said in the sight of Israel, Sun, stand still over Gibeon, and moon in the valley of Aijalon. So the sun stood still, and the moon stopped, till the people had revenge upon their enemies. Is this not written in the book of Joshua? So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven, and did not hasten to go down for about a whole day. And there has been no day like that before it or after it, that the Lord hear the voice of a man, for the Lord fought for Israel. Good morning, beloved. This is the word for today. Joshua prayed an unusual prayer on that day on the battlefield as recorded in the scriptures for today. Let us ponder on this and be blessed this morning. How absurd this particular prayer will seem in the eyes of scientists and realists of today. How could one pray for the sun and moon to stand still with the abundance of knowledge we now have of the rotation and revolution of the earth? However, the passage confirms that God did answer the prayer, and indeed the sun and moon stood still waiting until Joshua finished destroying his enemies. Do you believe this story, my beloved listener, or do you prefer to say, well, maybe this didn't really happen, that Joshua and co just had a long day or what? Remember, the Bible confirmed that historians who were not Bible writers also confirmed the incidents in the book of Joshua. The question is, how could God answer such an absurd or unreasonable prayer? The simple answer is, God will answer any request made according to his will, however foolish, absurd, or unreasonable the request may look in the eyes of men. Beloved, until your faith is ready to believe God for the naturally impossible or unreasonable, you won't experience God as invincible. However, the request must be in his will. At the moment when Joshua asked for the sun or moon to stand still, it was the will of God to deal with the enemies of Israel. He had said earlier that no man will be able to stand in fight against Joshua. God cannot and will not deny his word. When you pray in faith, he answers. The only prayer that is considered foolish and not worthy of answer from God are prayers of the sinners, prayers offered outside God's will and outside faith, prayers offered for selfish reasons. Beloved, when you pray, let the inspiration be from the Spirit of the Lord. The Spirit of the Lord can lead you to pray prayers that seem foolish and absurd according to human reasoning, but that is what God of heaven wants to accomplish at that moment. Remember, God goes to and fro to show himself powerful in the midst of his people. Beloved, learn not to despise or dispute with a man of God who genuinely walks in the Spirit when he prays, and it seems what he says is not having meaning to you. Remember, God does not joke with the prayers of his people, however ridiculous the prayer might seem to you. Till tomorrow, depend more on the Spirit of God while praying. Never rationalize what the Spirit of God is prompting you to pray for. Shalom. Maranatha.